Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Harmon Speaks. Tonight we're meeting with a new friend of mine. This is Miss Leslie King. Miss King, thank you for being here. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Now, you are do the one thing that scares me to death. You get people to exercise. See, there's a reason we call this Harmon Speaks.
And not Harmon Runs.
Originally, we were going to call it the only thing Harmon does is sit around and talk, but it was just too long. So I had to shorten it and just make it Harmon Speaks. But as I'm getting older, I realize I have more of a need to get exercise. I don't want to die tomorrow, and my family could use me around for a few more years. So tell me, I know you work with a group called Catalyst Sports, right?
Yes.
Would you tell me a little bit about them?
Sure. So Catalyst Sports is a nonprofit, and we work specifically with people with physical disabilities from age 4 to in their 80s.
Okay.
And we have 10 chapters from DC down to the south. And I've been volunteering now with Catalyst Sports for 8 years.
And what got you started with them?
A man named Eric showed up at my office and told me that he heard there was a gal named Leslie that would volunteer for people with disabilities. And I've been doing it since then.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. Now tell me, how large is your group here?
Oh, that's a great question. It kind of ebbs and flows, but there are, I'd say, a couple hundred people anyway throughout our Knoxville group.
A couple hundred? Really?
Yeah, I mean, throughout the seasons, it just depends on work schedules, school schedules, how the weather is, who wants to come out. But yeah, we have quite a bit of folks already in our group.
Do I have to pay to be a member?
You don't have to pay to be a member.
Okay.
We have 3 different types of sports that we provide. Kayaking will cost you $5.
Okay.
Indoor rock climbing will cost you $5.
Okay.
And our new adaptive biking program is $15.
Okay.
And you just pay as you attend the different events. And all of that money goes right back into buying more equipment.
Okay.
That's how we fund ourselves to get more kayaks or bikes.
Right. All right. How do you adapt the kayak? And let me start by saying that's probably what I fear the most, other than burning up in a fire. So how do you make that accessible?
So we use this company called Creating Ability, and the kayaks that we have a big wide opening.
Okay.
They're more flat on the bottom. Across the back end, we have a pontoon or an outrigger on both sides.
Okay.
That will keep you from flipping over.
Okay, you're sounding better
The
here.
seat inside the kayak is also adjustable. So if someone has trunk instability and they tend to tip to one side or the other or fall over, you can tip the seat back so that they lean back.
Okay.
We have a backrest and side arms that keep you structured inside of the kayak. And if you want to paddle by yourself but you don't have a lot of strength, we then can tether you and assist you with your paddling.
Okay. I really don't like that answer because I could probably do that.
You could totally do it.
I don't want to. I'm scared.
Now I'm going to make you do it.
Okay.
I'll drag you.
I had a feeling this would happen if I had you on the show. So it's been nice knowing you, everybody. You have a great night. All right. Well, since I'm going to have to do this anyway, I can paddle pretty well on my left. I'm not as strong on the right simply because this hand can't control the paddle.
Yeah.
I have enough strength there, but not much control. So how can you work with that?
Well, we do have some adaptations for the paddle itself, with some like little clip-ons that we can get your hand into, or we have a post that comes up that you can put the paddle in so it's being held inside that.
Right.
And then you can even just use one arm to paddle if you want to.
Wow.
If it's difficulty to adjust that distance, you could just paddle with one arm, and we have someone doing that right now and keeps up with the group.
Is that right?
Sure is.
Well, I have 0 upper body strength, and I'm not sure how far I can go. How do you kind of figure that out? You just let me get out and try it and see?
We stay together as a group.
Okay.
We're limited on our equipment, so we have 6 adaptive kayaks, so that means 6 people can go.
Okay.
Now, 2 of those kayaks are tandems.
Okay.
So if you are timid, we could put you in one of the tandems and you would paddle with one of us.
Okay.
And then we have some other kayaks that have been donated for our volunteers to use, and we are a 1-to-1 ratio of volunteers versus, the participants that are coming to paddle.
Okay.
We have the same little loop. We paddle at the cove every time. We stay together. We just go out so far, and when certain time comes, we turn around and we come back.
Okay.
It's a beautiful ride, and it's a nice little float on the lake.
Okay.
So it's not like moving water.
Right. That I would never want to do. But it's nice and smooth, huh?
Yeah.
Darn it, I see this is going to happen, isn't it?
Get you a kiddie pool. Practice that.
I said, have a chef on the show. That would be great. I could eat all day. Okay. All right, let me ask you about a couple of the others. Tell me a little bit about the rock climbing. I have seen this.
Yes.
It terrifies me, but fortunately, I can say no to this. But tell me about how it works.
So for climbing, we have all kinds of options as well. We provide side climbers that are already very well trained in climbing, and then adaptive climbing. And also, all of our volunteers have taken classes for rescue in the water, climbing, and biking. So we all are trained volunteers.
Right, okay.
And so if you have difficulty like planting your feet or getting a hold, we can have a side climber on each side of you, coaching you and encouraging you every step and every time you get another hold. If you want to try to climb up, we also have a chair called a Wellman chair, and it's attached to the top of the gym. And you have a handle that you can just pull like a pulley, and you can pull yourself up to the top, or as far up as you want to, and you can stop whenever you want to.
And you don't actually fall if you slip on this wall, right?
The harness will keep you from falling. If you fall away from the wall, if you swing back from the wall, but your side climbers have you, and all of you have a certified belayer at the bottom.
Okay. That sounds reasonable. I still will never do it, but I think it sounds reasonable. And the other, what was the other sport? Biking?
Yes. We now have just opened up adaptive mountain biking, and it's been a lot of fun and a lot of learning. We have, I think, 4 or 5 bikes, different types of bikes, and 2 grit chairs, which are off-road wheelchairs. And we bike at Sharps Ridge on an accessible trail. And we have a loop at the bottom that's really flat and flowy and really fun. And then we have another trail that comes off of that trail that's an uphill and then back downhill. Also, we can do greenway rides, which is a great opportunity to learn how the bikes work before you go get on a dirt trail. But it's a whole lot of fun to be in the woods and off the concrete and be on the dirt.
And I think we went to Greenway once with Carly.
Oh, I bet you did.
I think she did. She had that bike that you pump the side. I don't know what they're called. But. Okay, and so you have nearly 200 people who do this?
Yes, and like I said, it kind of changes all the time. Like people move or have family issues or whatever, but all in all, we probably even have more than that. It's hard to keep up with it. We also have a really good staff of volunteers. All together collectively, there's like 6 of us volunteers managing this nonprofit, and it's a lot of work.
Right, I bet.
Yeah.
Where do you find these volunteers?
Through friends, typically, or someone shares our information via social media, or meeting someone on the street that's in a wheelchair, has a child with a disability, and just word of mouth. We try to encourage everyone to get engaged in some way.
Okay. Do you find that participation in these sporting activities changes people's lives who get involved with it?
I know that it does.
Tell me about that.
I know that it does. Just the feedback that we get from the athlete or the family members or friends to see someone that has either recently suffered a disability or a traumatic injury, or whether it's from birth. Oftentimes I think people feel a little bit left out.
Right.
And the way that via using adaptive sports is really just a really great opportunity to create community. And that's one of our big pushes, is we want people to engage and meet other people. And when we take your child out on the water to paddle, we have these parents that are sitting along, the bank of the lake and sit down and chit chat with each other.
Right.
And have 2 hours where they don't have to be thinking about anything.
Right.
Or so many people want to go biking, but they've never had the opportunity.
Right.
Well, now they do. And now they have a place to go, and they have
Right.
a team to be with, and they have new friends.
Right.
And that's a big goal for us, is to just create that connectivity.
Right. I want to ride a bike. I have always wanted to ride a bike. One year, my brother and sister got bikes for Christmas. I got a watch. Watches are nice, but they're not much fun. We got up on the top of a hill, and they used to ride down the hill. It looked like so much fun. And this was the 70s. I had hair, and I wanted the wind in my hair. And finally, I talked my brother into letting me ride his bike down. I couldn't do the pedals. I can't keep my feet on them. And so I just coasted down the hill. And when I got to the bottom of the hill, I got onto the driveway and the loose gravel, and my very cool bell-bottom pants got caught in the wheel. And the bike flipped. I landed on my back. It broke my watch. And my dad walked over, saw the broke watch, and started singing, "I wish you a Merry Christmas." It was the first time of many times I could have killed him. And that was the end of my bike riding.
Yeah.
So this would really, I think, be meaningful for me. I'd like to give this a try.
So we have another gal that will come up all the way from Atlanta
Okay.
to go bike riding with us.
Okay.
She is, one leg is above the knee, one leg is below the knee,
Okay.
amputated.
Mm-hmm.
One hand she cannot use at all.
Okay.
And one hand is very, very compromised.
Okay.
And she gets on that bike and rides it like
How does she
nobody.
ride it? I'm curious, with the one hand that's compromised. Well, by golly, if she can, I can.
She can.
She do it better than I can.
She is fearless. She is. She's
But that's fantastic. I really love this. And people really come away from this feeling like they've accomplished something, right?
Yeah, and it gives them, like I said, just friends to make and plans to make. Like, if you want to rent a bike from us, you can rent a bike and go with one of your buddies and just go hang out and not always have to wait on an event day, because we do these on certain days and times and through the month. It's not like we're continually offering the services.
Right, right.
So there's a lot of new opportunity with the rental application.
Right. Now, if I wanted to do this, how do I get in contact with Catalyst Sports?
On our website, which is catalystsports.org,
Okay.
at the top there's a link for chapters.
Okay.
You can choose the Knoxville chapter,
Okay.
and everything we do is on there, and there will always be a link
Okay.
to an event, whether it's biking or climbing or kayaking.
Okay.
There's always a link, and it'll tell you what it's for and when it is.
Okay.
And so you have to set up a profile for yourself, describe yourself so that we know what your needs are.
Okay.
And then after you've done that, then you sign up for the event.
Okay. Okay. If you want to volunteer, how do you do that?
If anybody could just send us a Facebook message or get in touch with me or anybody else with Catalyst Sports via Facebook or our website, we will absolutely gladly take new volunteers.
Gladly. Huh? Do you raise money other than people paying to go to certain events?
So Catalyst does an annual fundraiser for all of the chapters.
Okay.
In this Knoxville chapter, we try to do one of our own fundraisers annually.
Okay.
That kind of helps keep a little bit of the money just here in Knoxville so that we can get things we need.
Okay. And what do you do usually?
So this time, we're setting up a fundraiser in October, and we're going to call it a bike out. And we're going to bike straight out of the Knoxville Adventure Center downtown on the riverfront, and folks can get on the greenway and ride bikes all night long. And we're just going to take that by donation.
Okay.
And then we're going to ask for some of the local companies or businesses around here to sponsor that event.
Okay.
But that should be a whole lot of fun.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, what if I forgot to ask you about this? Can you think of anything?
No, I just think it's important that everybody knows that they're included, no matter what the disability is. We can typically find a way to make something work.
Right.
And all ages, we love that mix of a variety of people.
Mm-hmm. This really is speaking to me because I have been wanting to be more of a part of a community. And this is really, I think, right down the alley what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to commit to looking better after I do this, but but I am going to try a couple of these things and see how they work.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you being with us today, Leslie. Thank you. This is very exciting. And if you're at home and you're still sitting on the couch and you're afraid to get out in the world, please understand there are many ways that you can get out and get more active, get to know people, and have a richer and fuller life. That's what I'm hoping through this channel. That's what I'm hoping to encourage you to do. Or if you're a person who does not see yourself with a difference, come out and make a difference in the world by helping people who could use your help. Thank you for watching Harmon Speaks. I'm pleased to be with you tonight. Please like this video. Please subscribe and share away. Let's get these people involved. Let's make this world a better place. Thank you and good night.